People, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna be going over the fitness lifestyle mindset by me, Devondre Woodard, Coach KD, King Draco, all my surnames out there. But yeah, we're gonna be going over this. I've been meaning to put this out here. This is my free product that I'm putting on my website, and I believe this is something that everybody needs to really go over when they really truly want to have a change in their fitness lifestyle, right? And it's going over the mindset, because it's just important as what you put in your body, what you're eating, right? And then what you're also doing in, your workouts and stuff like that. We're going to be going over things like your why and what pushes you to truly get to your desired outcomes. What is the correct way to going about things? You know what I mean? What keeps you consistent? All those things. So we're going to be going over all that today. Changing my mindset for fitness. I always desired in my heart to be great at something. I'm talking ever since I was a little kid. I was training my hardest to prove to others that I was willing to go the extra mile. Though this is good, it's not good enough. I didn't know where I was at, the things I may be doing wrong, and where I needed to be headed. Staying consistent is only good if you're doing that thing consistently right. So when I started working out again, I did a lot of research, and I mean a lot. I was studying like I was going against Tom Brady on Sunday. I really desired to have my desired outcome. I discovered that the mindset is just as important as any workout regimen, any meal plan there is. So here I provide the mindset you should have in order to have longevity and greatness on your fitness journey. The power of the mind. For the longest time, I could never have a full understanding of how powerful the mind can be. How the mind is the fire that sets everything in motion, from thoughts to actual things. And not the misconception from the so-called book, The Secret, but the actual process. It all starts within the mind. Did you know that everything that you listen to has the potential to affect the outcomes in your life? Who are the people in your circle? How do they think? What are you watching consistently? What are you listening to? All these things have the potential to fulfill a desired destiny or take you away from it. When I changed my mindset, every goal that I would put up to accomplish would come to be so. First thing you go over is, where are you now? The reflection. Take time to reflect. Ask yourself, where are you now? You must identify the issues you have at hand, the things that are holding you back from certain outcomes in your life. Sometimes we have a bad viewpoint because we see and are with ourselves every day, or even stuck in pride. So this is the part of the process but not always need someone to help you identify what's in the reflection. This is why people pay for personal training or buy coaching. They help us see what we may not and tell us what to do to improve. Reflect and take note of what you see. So the first thing when it comes down to, the fitness, mindset, right, is you want to see where you are now. What are you doing now? What are the wrong things that you're doing now? And you want to take a list of these things or implant them in your mind, right? And sometimes, but not all the times, like I said, people outside of us have a better perception of us than ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, people that are consistently around us and they see what we do consistently, sometimes we may be in a daze with our lifestyle that we don't see the wrong things that we doing. And like I said, this is why people pay personal trainers and coaching and stuff like that, because it's not just about the knowledge that you may not know, but it's about the things you may not know about yourself, right? So take time to really see, what are your issues that you're having now? What are your barricades? What are your hurdles that you need to go over? What are the blemishes that are on your face, the scars that are on your face? Are you missing a limb? Do you have to do things differently than the next person beside you? Have someone identify it for you, or if you can see it clearly, identify it for yourself. Where do you want to be? The typical question, where do you see yourself in 5 years, may indeed be cliche, yet it helps one to understand a certain direction or where that person wants to be. The pathway is set. I remember when I started working out again, my role model to follow was Adrian Peterson, Teron Beckham. I would go so far to find out, what is his 40-yard dash? How many bench press reps could he do at the combine? This also kept me motivated and disciplined to achieve what he has done. Have a role model to follow. This makes your desired outcome clearer. Now, asking yourself, what do you want to be? And most of, and this isn't all life aspects, right? But, most of the things you want to accomplish or do, there's someone in front of you that may have already done it, more than likely. And, for me, it was Adrian Peterson. It was Teron Beckham. If anybody don't know who Adrian Peterson is, he's, the running back that played for the Minnesota Vikings for years and went on to play for the Redskins and other teams. But, pretty much people predominantly know Adrian Peterson from Texas, his high school days in Texas, going to OU, dominating in the college game, going to the NFL and dominating in the NFL for the Minnesota Vikings. He was a terror for defenses, hard to tackle, hard to bring down. He could go around you, he could go over you, he could go through you. And, I idolized Adrian Peterson's work ethic. He was always in the weight room, always in the gym, always learning film. And Teron Beckham is another one. This is Odell Beckham's cousin, right? Really didn't have the fortunate career as Odell Beckham, but almost turned it around and even got, put on an NFL team. But Teron Beckham's combine attributes were just amazing. 45-inch vertical, I believe, running 4.5 40. Just crazy statistics, far as, being an athletic gift. And he did this at, the body weight of, I think, 240, somewhere around there, 5'11", 5'10", which is quite amazing. And, Teron Beckham, I would mostly follow his workouts because his is more publicized. He had a YouTube and he would put his workouts on YouTube, and I would follow him. I would do them, verbatim, because, when you follow what these guys did exactly, you're pretty much setting yourself up to have the same destiny. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I would do. So you just ask yourself, what do you want to be? You want to write this down. You want to implant this in your mind, like I said with the last slide. And once you have that implanted, right, you get to work. What does it take? When I would write down the goals that I would want to accomplish and the results of my role model, I would then figure out what it would take to get there. This is where milestones come into play. Before I could even do 225 pounds on bench press, I would work my way up with it with 185 pounds. And when I was finally able to do 225, I practiced 225 pounds for reps. I practiced it all the way till I got to my goal that I set at hand. I did the workouts of professional athletes on an easy level till I worked my way up to mimic the very thing that they would do. So you have to ask yourself, what does it take to get your goals that you have set? What does it take to model yourself after someone? What are their workouts? What are their daily routines? Break them down to the mindset that they have. And, this is pretty much what I was telling y'all last slide. You want to, write down exactly what these people were doing to get the results that they have. And then if you ain't quite there yet, obviously, you want to start out small. Start out little by little and work your way up. Crawl before you walk. Walk before you run, right? Get yourself set in motion. Start with lighter weight first. I knew that was a big problem I had in high school. I'd want to do all the heavyweight that the seniors did. And that, destroyed my strength gaining because I couldn't really gain much strength or, see changes in weight on bench press and squat and stuff like that because I'm cheating myself, having my spotter or whoever help me do most of the weight rather than doing most of the weight myself. Understand what I'm saying? Set your ego to the side, set your pride to the side, and do the weight that your body is able to do. Do the things that your body is able to do. Don't start off doing 10, 100-meter dashes. Maybe you should start off doing 5 or 4, right? So set yourself milestones in front of yourself and take glory in achieving those milestones till you actually get to your place that you want to be. Changing your habits. Now that you understand where you want to be and what it takes to get there, you must align your habits to your new path. Changing the sodas you usually drink with your meals, your occasional drinking out with friends, getting high every day. These things you must stop, for these things do not typically align with the people who are fit or healthy. Taking time to read something beneficial every day, taking your herbs, drinking a gallon of water, or the new habit you want to have. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is new creation. The old has passed away, and behold that the new has come. Now, obviously, guys, when you want to have a drastic change, you know what I'm saying? Going from big to small, or small to quite big, weak to strong, slow to fast. You have to make a drastic change in your habits. The things that you are doing right now is what's keeping you slow. And the things that will get you fast, and I mean, greatly fast. And we're not talking about being mediocre here. Being great is what keeps, people consistent. Being mediocre, people tend to fall off, right? There has to be a drastic change of habits. And you can take your habit changes one at a time, but make sure you're making multiple changes eventually, right? And, speaking on my faith, right, and what I believe, when I came to Christ, when I started believing in the Lord, when I changed my faith walk, there was the old things that I wanted to do that eventually became to have no desire in my heart anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get this mixed up, and I'm not gonna dwell deep into that, but they feel like they can come to Christ and still live their old lifestyle, but they don't understand the ones who truly come to Christ are the ones who want to get rid of that old lifestyle and follow the same walk that he walked on this earth, right? And that's the same thing you want to do with your habits. Changing your circle. A great key to having a change in mindsets is who you have around. You may have people you're really close to, people who you love dearly that you kick it with every day. Though you have to ask yourself, are these people being a benefit to me? Do they bring great qualities to my life? The even deeper question is, are you being a benefit to their life? A circle of people that challenge you, push you, and give you the same game to you are the ones you need to spend most of your time with. This may be difficult. I know it was for me, though it needs to be done. You may not realize that you are likely doing them a favor by departing. Sometimes doing this may even cause you to be alone for a little while till you find that new pack, and that's okay. Stand firm and don't back on your standards, for the reward is so much greater for those who persist through. Galatians 6:9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in the due season we will reap if we do not give up. I had, before I moved out to South Florida, and, if you know me, I wanted to live out in South Florida for the longest time. And, I had to make a drastic change. When I was working construction and stuff like that, I was content. You're talking about a 19-year-old kid making $4,500 a month, and, had a roommate and a car note and bills, but it was split in half, right? So I had a lot of money left over, and I felt like I was above the whole world. at that time. And I was content with going to work, and after work going to the bars and the clubs, chasing tail, chasing women. I'm not much of a drinker and smoker. I don't. At that time, I didn't drink and smoke at all. But you know me now. I smoke cigars occasionally, and maybe I have wine, but I don't really drink. And being around that consistently, because I did it a lot. I would do it from Wednesday to Saturday night. Going out to the bars, going out to the clubs, chasing women, just doing whatever, right? And these were bad habits that needed to be changed. And I had to be alone for a while. And these were some of the coolest friends that I've been around, right? And me changing that wasn't easy for me, because we were cool. We would kick it, we would have fun, we would do all these things, but I desired a better outcome than that. You look at the older people that consistently go out and drink and have all this fun and do all this certain stuff after they work, right? And they got all the money, right? You look at their lifestyle and you ask yourself, do you want to look like that when you get older? Truly ask yourself that, because you see them every day, right? And departing can be hard, but you don't understand, because somebody made me understand this a long time ago, is like you're giving them a benefit by departing. Some may not realize it, right? But some will understand, like, man, Dre left because he desired more than this. Maybe doing that will motivate them to make a change for themselves as well. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen that happen. I've seen me making changes within my life, pull a desire in someone's heart to them to make a change in their lives. And I had to be alone for a while. I had to be alone for a long time, and you can't really allow that to hinder your square. You can't let that push you off your square, what you had desired in mind. You can't let that push you off. You're gonna be lonely from time to time, and that's okay. You're here for the true goal at hand. That's why I love that scripture, Galatians 6:9. So fake resolutions. Every new year, every new free trial, every new program, there's some resolution on how one is about to make a drastic change in their life, and it never happens. To really think that there is a perfect time to start something is why you'll never succeed at anything. I don't have too many numbers to tell you how many people will say, oh, I'll start when this happened, or at this time frame, then never end up doing it. The best time is never the right time. The best time is the time that you started. Let me say that again. The best time is never the right time. The best time is the time that you started. So every new year, everybody got their little fake New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I ain't going to drink anymore. Oh, I ain't going to drink this. Or I ain't going to smoke this. Or, oh, I'm going to start working out every day. And it's December 15th, right? They say they're going to start on New Year's. They say that they're going to start on New Year's. And it never ends up happening. And the reason why that is because more than likely, the desire that they have to have that change is in them right now. So rather than starting 15 days later, it's 2 weeks later, when there's so much that can hinder you in that time frame. There's so many distractions and things that'll push you off board. That desire that you want to have this change in your life, you should start now. The best time is to start now. Get started now. The best time to start anything in your life is now. They say the first 3 seconds of your mind telling you to do something is the time to do it. If you can't go to a gym right now, start at home. Run up the block a few times. Do push-ups and sit-ups. Get started. This will put you in momentum in the movement towards your goal. Starting right now may not look pretty. It may not look how you intended, and that's okay. You're on the way to making a great change in your life. So like I was saying, you want to start now. There's so many things that will cause distractions, and this is, people's issue is, they have so much of, their lifestyle that they're living now. They're trying to get it out of their system in the next 3 weeks, right? And there's just so much hindering you. And then there's some people that actually get started, but because they made it a habit to keep doing those bad things, when they had the push, the burning heart, the fire in their heart to make a change, that fire is gone now because you waited too long. When we get these push and tugs and pull to do something great, these are like seconds, like, you know what I'm saying? It comes and it goes. So when you get that fire and you get that tug, you get that pull in your gut to actually do something great, you do it now. You don't wait till later. You're just hindering yourself at that time. A strong why. One of the biggest driving factors to achieving your goals is your why. When I first got started to working out, it was all over some breakup. I was going through that, and that got me to change, which was a good strong pushing factor initially. Though this motive drained out after a while, I started not to take working out as serious until people began to walk up me and tell me how much I inspired them. That the information that I give and gave them life-changing results. This motivated me to stay on my P's and Q's and found out more ways to teach and motivate the people. Give me the army that's willing to die, and I'll defeat the army that's willing to kill. What is the thing that wakes you up to live in the morning? Do you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe? Is there a gun at the back of your head telling you to make $20,000 in a short amount of time? A strong why, guys, is the main factor that's going to keep you consistent. A strong why will have the driving factor to push you to even get started. A strong why will push you to keep going when everything's against you. When you fell off, when you lost everything. A strong why will keep you pushing forward. Whether you got to take care of your kids or you're an older individual and you want to stay healthy. That way you can see your grandkids grow old, right? Or, you're having heart issues and stuff like that, and you want to change these things. These are strong whys to get you started. And this is what people need. This is what people need to realize. People don't understand their why. Why do you want the big house? Why do you want that car? Why do you want this? Why do you want that? And you find a strong enough why, you'll find a strong enough reason to keep going, to keep pushing to get there, to get started. All those things will come true when you find your strong why. And we all have different whys, right? But you have to find the why for you. What is it that's going to push you to get you to where you need to go on your fitness journey? What is going to push you to actually eat healthy? What is it going to take to push you to get in the gym every morning, 5:30 a.m.? What is it going to take? Take time, and this usually takes time, but take time to yourself and figure out what it is. What is your why? Usually I write this in my journal. I've wrote plenty of whys of goals and things, especially when I wanted to go out to Florida, right? Like my why to move out to Florida was opportunity. I know that moving out to Florida, that'd be a great many opportunities out there for me to flourish in many ways. And I found those opportunities. I met plenty of people. I made the most money I ever made in my life living in Florida. And, I had a strong why to get there. I changed my circle. I changed my friend group. I started reading books more. I would read 30 minutes every day. And, that why made me go out and push and achieve those things. Big goals only. Is your goals big enough? When some people come to me and tell me, I just want to slim up and have a flat stomach, it's already made up in my mind that this person isn't serious enough to achieve greatness. They may even achieve it, but will lose it soon as they got it. You have to want it more for yourself. Desiring to just have the bare minimum makes it easier to lose. For one, you didn't work hard enough to achieve it. Two, it's not much from where you started, so it only takes 2 bad weeks to kill all your gains. Dream big. Even if you miss the stars, you'll still at least land on the moon. Have a dream of a lifestyle change so great that it would take a lot to take it away. So, a lot of people have these mediocre goals set for themselves. And that's the reason why they'll either lose the gains that they achieve, or they just don't achieve anything at all because it's just not big enough from where they are. It doesn't take much to get to a flat stomach from where they are, or it doesn't take much to gain 10 or 15 pounds from where they are. It doesn't take much. You want to make a drastic change. You want big goals, right? And having big goals is what keeps you consistent, what keeps you desiring for more and wanting to do more. It gives you those compliments and stuff like that from other people that encourage you to be built for them, to have a strong mind for them. You understand what I'm saying? Consistency will be the biggest factor I preach on in any project that I work on. This is where you actually see the results over time. In order to be great at anything, you have to show up most days. This is where your goals and milestones and your why play a big factor into helping you achieve things in life. When you feel like the odds are against you, when your head hurts, when your girl left you, show up. Most people won't. And that will be the difference between the below average to good, compared to the greats. The slant route was ran 1,000 times before it was taken for an 80-yard touchdown in the game. Like I said, this is going to be the biggest thing that I preach is consistency. I didn't see my big results until like a year. You know what I mean? That was consistently, day in, day out, going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, consistently. Even if I had 12-hour work days, I'd be tired, I didn't want to go, I would show up. I'd be super tired where I can't even get up off the bed when I change my clothes right after I get off work. I would take pre-workout. I didn't like pre-workout like that at that time. I don't even take pre-workout now. I got other things that help me. But, I would take pre-workout and I would go to the gym, because that would give me that energy boost, right? And, you got to do what it takes to stay consistent. That's going to be the most important factor in anything great in your life that you want to achieve is consistency, doing it over and over and over and over again. The right thing over and over again. Let me make that clear, because a lot of people were doing the wrong things consistently, and that's why they got bad results, right? Usually if you got bad results, but you're doing the work, you're doing something consistently incorrect. That's how I was doing in my high school years, right? You want to find out what's correct and do that consistently over and over and over again. And that's going to be the most important factor in you seeing success. Summary and tips. So we're going to be finishing up here. Pinpoint where you are now. Don't be afraid or too proud to have another guide you. Have a full description of where you want to be. Find out what it takes to get there. Create milestones for yourself to achieve along your journey. Give up all the bad habits and keep all the good ones. Change the people around you no matter how good they make you feel. Have a circle that provides value for you and they do the same, that you provide value for and they do the same for you. The best time to start will always be now. Discover a strong why. Reflect on where you see yourself and what you are called to do. Are there families and friends' lives that you want to change, etc., etc.? Is your goals big enough? Dream so big that your whole lifestyle will change if you achieved it. Stay consistent, and greatness is always built over time. And here's my in and out. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in the Fitness Lifestyle Mindset. I hope you've gained some value or inspiration here. I encourage you to live life on the edge and challenge yourself to be great. You can follow me on social media at King Dracro, KVNG_DRVCO. Tune in to my products and information about fitness on kdfitnesspro.com. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at devondre@kdfitnesspro.com. Coach KD out. Much love and peace. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see y'all.